twink death. It's arguably the most important problem that we're dealing with today. War, global hunger, erectile dysfunction, none of it matters nearly as much as twink death. Because twink death, well, it's ruining our twinks, and honestly, it feels like it's going to get me. It feels like it already got me. I just wanted to find out what exactly are people doing in order to stop this problem. And in my research, I found Brian Johnson. He's a multi-millionaire who is trying to reverse death. He says it's towards reaching the goal of one day making death an option, but I think he's just trying to become a twink, because if you look at him, he looks very, very feminine now. So what exactly is he doing in order to prevent twink death? So before I actually talk about all of that, I actually go on a tangent and I didn't actually transition into that. So let me tell you about that. I should mention, he explicitly states that every night he has a nighttime erection for about 179 minutes. Why did I feel the need to mention that? I don't know, but he mentions it and I thought that was interesting. My man is just creamed every time he wakes up. So now I can actually go back and talk about the main points of the video. And in doing research, I have found that this man has focused on bettering 5 different aspects of his life. The first one being, I've found that he does like a lot of really vampire stuff. He isn't out here taking the blood from his family every single goddamn day. At least not anymore. So he used to take the plasma from his son because supposedly it would make him look a lot younger. Now, that doesn't mean you should drink the blood of your friends. That only works if you're a vampire. And Brian was taking the plasma from his son, not his blood, which are very different. I mean, he states it in his book. Don't forget that none of that works because they've literally proven that this plasma transfusion doesn't work. It's not the only vampire thing he does. So scientists recommend you get at least 20 minutes of sunlight within 30 minutes of waking up. But because he wakes up at 4 or 5 a.m., the sun just isn't out. So you know what he does? He has these very specific light panels that mimic the light sun, but that doesn't cause UV damage onto your skin. Honestly, I think that's just an excuse to not be in the sun. Like, I believe he works out in his backyard, but for all we know, he could be working out on a soundstage with fake light panels. He also supposedly goes out on walks throughout his day, but I don't believe he does. Because it's so hard to find footage of him in the sun besides this one video that he shows pretty often and this one video of him outside. But he's using an umbrella. The reason why he's using an umbrella is because he doesn't want the sun to give him skin cancer. Vampire. He also mentions that he doesn't like to go out during the middle of the day because that's when the UV rays are at their strongest, which can cause your skin to wrinkle. And it's in literally reviewing the footage that I'm realizing, oh my god, no wonder there's so many vampires in media that just look so young. They're not going outside whatsoever, so that UV damage isn't affecting them. Or maybe it's like all the blood that they're drinking and it's rejuvenating them. Like, I don't know if you know this, but supposedly if you drink aborted babies, it rejuvenates yourself. I don't know. I heard that from Alex Jones and I really don't know if he's that credible, so.
I eat babies, I eat them every night, I eat them with barbecue sauce.
The last vampire thing he does is take care of his skin. I don't know, I just found this video and I thought it looked a lot like him, I'll be real. All I'm saying is, every vampire in history is rich, and guess who's also rich? I rest my case. And after doing all that research into all the vampire things, I've noticed he also does a lot of really rich things that I just find really interesting. Like one of them literally being the plasma thing. He just places orange juice into his fucking body. I don't know what he's doing. All I know is that he replaced all of his plasma in his body with this one element and it supposedly makes you younger. Like another kind of stupid but really expensive thing he did was he transferred somebody else's body fat into his face. It's only stupid because it went horribly wrong and he had like an allergic reaction. I don't know, maybe the person had garlic or something in their system still. He also uses a machine that tracks a lot of aspects of his skin, like UV damage, the level of fat, wrinkles, And honestly, I know if I had that money, I would 100% get a machine like this and see how many wrinkles I have on my balls. He also uses a red light cap with his own personal hair growth serum that helps grow back his hair. I've got no clue if the red light cap works, but from experience, I know that certain hair growth serums actually work. I used to not have a beard, and that isn't like accidentally. Like, I used to not use minoxidil on my face, and now I've started using it, and now I've got a pretty good beard going on. Another thing I found that this man uses is estrogen cream on his face to make him look younger, but I feel like it's also just making him look a lot more just twinky. And then doing more research and trying to figure out what is this man's secret gift to make us look younger. I've realized he is just doing the same thing people have been doing to look younger, but with adding it with a little extra flair, you know. You remember that Salt Bae meme? Yeah, like for example, his sleep. He's really got his sleep in order where he calls himself a professional sleeper. He's in bed from exactly 8:30 p.m. and wakes up around 5 a.m., which personally, I have a huge gripe with. I don't understand why so many rich people have the need to wake up early in the morning. Like, you still have the same 24 hours in your day. It's not like you're waking up earlier and getting more work done. So now for his diet, because arguably after sleep, the next most important thing is his diet. See, throughout his day, he is consistently in a calorie deficit, so he's eating less calories than he burns, which means that he's always goddamn hungry. He never eats junk food either, which if you want to start looking more twinky, not only do you need to starve yourself, but you gotta cut out all the food that actually tastes good. Like, I'm sure you do this too. You probably eat a bunch of junk food all the time. You probably don't exercise. And then you realize, what's going on? Why am I gaining so much fat? It's because you're getting old. As we age, our metabolism gets worse. So obviously you can't just spend the rest of your life having junk food. You need to start cooking for yourself. And then if you actually look into the meals that he's actually eating, personally, I don't think they look very delicious. I'll be real, I would prefer having steak and like eggs and I don't know, hash browns, because I'm a fat fuck. But yeah, this is what he eats to stay that skinny. So if you want to eat like a triceratops, go ahead. I mean, he is vegetarian, so you have to keep that in mind. He does mention you don't need to be vegetarian in order to stay youthful. That is just a personal choice that he does. His diet also consists of a lot of vitamins. Like, the dude takes maybe 90 pills a day, which a lot of people kind of scrutinized him for. I don't know if these vitamins truly work. I'd like to think that they're all placebos, but even if they were all placebos, if you fully believe that they help you out, the placebo will help you out. Like, there's actual studies done on people being aided by a placebo medicine. So if you fully believe that snorting your vitamins is a more effective way of taking them in, then do it. Yeah, in case you're wondering, I actually did snort it. And you know why? Because I commit to the bit. It actually really hurts my nose and I kind of regret that. And in case you're wondering, I didn't actually like chop up my vitamins. I just grab some of this. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is his exercise routine, which it's a little weird. His workout consists of just pretty normal workouts. He'll do squats, he'll do push-ups, bench press, but he has a couple workouts that seem to target just very specific muscles. What I also like is that in the videos, you can see the dumbbells that he uses, and I really appreciate that he uses Bowflex, because Bowflex dumbbells are on the cheaper side of adjustable dumbbells, so it's nice seeing a man, rather than going for the most expensive types of dumbbells, he just goes on the cheaper end. It's a great testament to you don't really need the most expensive equipment to look fit. I used to have some too, but I used to have that exact pair, but now I just literally have like one of these. Ah, fuck. That wasn't right. I pushed it in a weird way and that hurt my shoulder. Do you think all of this is really helping revert twink death. Because I mean, yeah, he's proving it and he is looking a lot younger, but is he looking a lot younger because he is just taking care of his body? Because he's talked about this before, where before he started this journey, he ate like shit, he didn't really work out, and he just barely slept. So I just wonder if all of this extra stuff is really aiding him as much. A lot of scientists mention this, where aging most of the time just does come down to genetics, where some people just got really lucky and just live up to 120 years old just because their genetics are good, despite the fact that they probably chain smoked most of their life. If you really care about twink death, honestly, just get good sleep, have a balanced diet, exercise, stay away from cigarettes and don't drink too much, take cold showers, and just cum on your face. Cum has so many good nutrients, especially for the skin, but it has to be your own cum. You can't get it from somebody else. Thank you for watching the video, Ken. Okay, bye.